Hey class, hi, hello, namaste, adab, sat sri akal, assalamu alaikum, vanakkam and khamma gani to all of you. Welcome to today's class, and as you all know, today we are starting arithmetic progression for your ICSE grade 10, right? So once again, welcome to today's class, and we'll be studying today about the introduction and the nth term of an AP. So I hope all of you are going to enjoy this session. Okay, so we'll be starting the class. So before I start my class, first of all, please show us your love and support by liking this video. If you are here, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new here, right? So I will be starting the part. So what is an arithmetic progression? So before that, we need to understand what is a sequence. Okay, so a group of numbers which are arranged in definite order following a certain rule. So some rule must be followed by them. If some rule is followed by them, then I can say ki yes sir, it will be a sequence. For example, let's say if I write 1, 4, 9, 16 and so on. So you can see the sequence is following the rule of 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, and I can guess the next part, that is 5 square. So you can guess the next digit by looking at that order, right? So that will be a sequence. Now in this sequence, these numbers which we have used 1, 4, 9, 16, they all are called the terms of this sequence. They all are called the terms of the sequence, right? So when the terms in sequence are connected to each other by plus or minus sign, the sequence is called series. So when I join them, suppose if I write 1, 4, 9, 16, then it will be called a sequence. And when I write 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16, and then if I join them with addition or subtraction sign, then it will be called a series. Then it will be called a series. Got it? So this is the difference between the sequence and series. This is the difference between sequence and series, right? So now we will be starting about the arithmetic progression. So as I have told you, for the sequence there should be some rule, there must be some rule which connects all of them, right? So the rule behind the arithmetic progression, is a number is a sequence of numbers in which each term can be obtained by adding a certain quantity to its preceding term. Matlab that the difference, or in other words, if I'll say difference between two consecutive terms is always constant. The difference between two consecutive terms is always constant. Or any term in this arithmetic progression, you choose with any one term. In that you add a certain quantity, you get the next term. Again add the certain quantity, you get the next term. Again add the certain quantity, you get the next term, and so on. For example, if I start with suppose 1, okay, the next number, and suppose every step I will be adding 4. So 1 plus 4 will give me 5. 5 plus 4 will give me 9. 9 plus 4 will give me 13. 13 plus 4 will give me 17. 17 plus 4 will give me 21, and so on. So you can clearly see 1, 5, 9, 13, 17 and 21. All these terms are in such a way, are written in such a way that every term, every term is increased by 4 than the previous term. Every term is 4 more than the previous term. Every term is 4 more than the previous term. And then I can easily guess the next term will be 21 plus 4, which is 25, right? So it becomes easier for me to guess the next term, right? So the difference between two consecutive terms is always constant. You can see here 5 minus 1 will be 4, 9 minus 5 is 4, 13 minus 5 is 4. So the difference is always constant. Okay, so in this arithmetic progression there are two very important things. One is the first term, by which number you are starting, so that is denoted by D, and what you are adding at in every term, or what is the difference, common difference between all the consecutive terms. So this is called common difference. And it is denoted by small d. So A represents first term. Okay, first term we can choose anything, common difference we can choose anything, and once we have decided, I can get any AP I want. For example, suppose if I choose A as 2, if I choose the first term as 2 and common difference is suppose 7, So my AP will be 2, 2 plus 7 is 9, 9 plus 7. Now I keep adding, I will be adding 7 in every term. So 9 plus 7, if I will do 16, right? 16 plus 7, 23, 23 plus 7, 30, and this way it will keep going. Got it? So this is how it will be keep going. So this is how you write the terms. So you saw that for writing an arithmetic progression, the most important thing is writing the first term and the common difference. Right? You can clearly see the most important thing is writing the first term and the common difference. So we'll be focusing on that part a lot. So in every question of arithmetic progression, always focus on two things, that is your first term and the common difference. Right, now how do you write an AP? So first term we'll be learning about the nth term of an AP. That means how do I write any term of an AP? Okay, for example, suppose if I write an AP as suppose 2, 5, okay, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14 and so on. So you can clearly see, first if I ask you is it an arithmetic progression, so you can clearly see that sir the difference between 5 and 2 is 3, 8 and 5 is also 3, 11 and 8 is also 3, and 14 and 11 is also 3. So the difference is constant everywhere. So I can say yes sir, it represents an AP. Yes sir, it represents an AP. Right? The difference between the two consecutive terms is always constant. Now in this AP, this is your first term represented by A. Okay, you can also write it as A1 first term. This is your second term, so A2. This is your third term, so A3. This is your fourth term, so A4. This is your fifth term, so A5. Now, it is very easy if I ask you what is the sixth term, what is the seventh term, very easy. What if I ask you that what is the 100th term? What is the 100th term? Now, it is very difficult for you to get the 100th term because we have to write the series up to the 100th term, right? So, that will be very lengthy part. So, what I'll do, I will assume, I will try to derive one relationship. For that, I can get any nth term of this AP. Whatever value of n I put, that term I will get. For 100th term, n is equal to 100. So, I am finding out the formula to get the general term of an AP. So, to get that, we need to look at an AP, that how does it look. Okay, so we know in an AP, we need to decide two things, first term and the common difference. So, let's say my first term is equal to A. And my common difference is D. So my second term will be in A add D, right? My third term will be in the second term add D, right? Previous term add D. So second term is A plus D. In that add one more D, right? Second term is this A plus D plus D. So you are getting A plus 2D. Similarly, the fourth term will be the third term plus D. So A plus 2D plus D if I will do, I will get A plus 3D. If I get the fifth term, I will get A4 plus D. So I am getting A plus 4D. Right? So sixth term, if you look at the pattern, first term A, second term A plus D. Focus that A is everywhere, only thing that D is changing. How many times we are writing D that is changing? Here we have not written D in the first term. Here D is one time we have written, D two times we have written, D three times, D four times. So when I have not written D, that means D 0 time, N is 1. When D is 1 time, N is 2. When D is 2 times, N is 3. When D is 3 times, N is 4. When D is 4 times, N is 5. Right? So for A6, I can easily write the term as A plus, if N is 6, 1 less D. So 5D. Right? So on this pattern, if I follow, I can say nth term can be written as A plus. I know D will be 1 less than whatever value is here. D will be 1 less than whatever value is here. So if the value here is N, so N minus 1 into D. Right? AN will be equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Now, in this formula, whatever value of N I will put, if I know A and D, whatever value of N I will put, I will get the term. So now see, if I want to get the 100th term of this AP, how easy for me it is. I will say 100th term will be A plus 100 minus 1 into D. So A is 2, first term is 2 plus 99 into, what is my common difference? Ab dekho, we need to understand how do we get the common difference. So common difference, as you can see beta, in this common difference is added in every next term, right? So if you'll see, if I subtract a2 and a1, if I subtract a2 minus a1, so a plus d minus a, my answer is common difference, right? Or if I subtract a3 minus a2, if I subtract a3 minus a2, so a plus 2d minus a minus d, so again my answer is common difference, right? Because third term is d more than second term is d more than the first term. Okay, a4 minus a3 will again give me d. So from here I got to know that any term you pick minus the previous term, if you'll do any term you pick minus the previous term, remember carefully, any term you pick minus the previous term, you will get the common difference. So if I pick n term, so from that subtract n minus 1th term, that will be equal to the formula for d. Okay, an minus 1, so that means the previous term you have to subtract. So here I can say, sir, my common difference d for this AP is second term I know, first term I know, so a2 minus a1 I will do, that is 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3. 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3, so 99 into 3, right? So a is 2, d is 3, and n is equal to 100. I need to find out, so I will say, sir, it will be equal to 2 plus 99 into 3. If I am doing, so it will be equal to 297. So which is equal to what? 299. So the 100th term of this AP will be 299. So see how easy it has become for us now to solve this, right? How easy it has become for us to solve. Got it? So this is how you will get your 100th term. Now let's move ahead, okay, and use this formula. So this formula is very important. Also remember, common difference is a2 minus a1, a3 minus a2. So an minus 1, that is very important. Now the next thing, remember, common difference can be negative also, positive also, or 0 as well. No problem with that. It could be anything, as well as the first term can also be anything. Got it? So this is your formula for the nth term. Now let's solve some questions. So in this question, they are asking that which of the following sequences are arithmetic progression, right? So what we will see, that we know that for arithmetic progression, the difference between every two consecutive terms must be constant, right? So let us look at these examples. So the first one is 2, 6, 10 and 40, right? So if I do a2 minus a1, if I will do, I will get 6 minus 2, which is equal to 3, which is equal to 4. If I will do a3 minus a2, then it is 10 minus 6, which is again equal to 4. If I do a4 minus a3, again 14 minus 10, which is again equal to 4. So the difference is constant, so we can say yes, sir, it is an AP. Since the difference is constant, we can say it is an AP. Let's go for the next part. Next part is 15, 12, 9 and 6. So if I find out the difference, a2 minus a1, remember always it is a2 minus a1 or a3 minus a2 or a4 minus a3. So any term minus the previous term. Okay, so if I will do 12 minus 15, I am getting minus 3. Okay, a3 minus a2 is giving me 9 minus 12, which is again minus 3. Okay, and then a4 minus a3 is 6 minus 9, which is again minus 3. So here also the common difference is same. So this is also representing an AP. The third part, if I will check, okay, 5, 9, 12 and 18. So first term is 5, second term is 9, third term is 12, fourth term is 18. So a2 minus a1, that is 9 minus 5 is equal to 4. Okay, a3 minus a2 is 12 minus 9, which is equal to 3. So directly here also you saw that the common difference is not same, so it is not an AP, right? Ab dekho, one more thing if you will notice here, which will be very helpful. If the AP was increasing 2, 6, 10 and 14 like that, so when the AP is increasing, the common difference is positive, and when the AP is decreasing 15, 12, 9, 6, the common difference is negative. So please keep this thing in your head, that whenever you are getting a AP which is increasing, so the common difference will be positive, and whenever an AP is decreasing, common difference will be negative. Okay, and if you look at the fourth one, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5. So if I do a2 minus a1, I am getting 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2. 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2. If you take LCM, you'll be getting minus 1 by 6. If I'll do A3 minus A2, that is 1 by 4 minus 1 by 3. So it will be equal to what? 12 LCM, 3 minus 4, again minus 1 by 12. So you can see common difference is not same, so it is not an AP. Once we got to know common difference is not same, no need to solve it further. We can clearly say it is not an AP. So the first and the second one will represent an AP. In that, first one is an increasing AP, second one is a decreasing AP, third and fourth do not represent any AP. Okay, chalo, let's go for the next question. Find the 30th term of this sequence. So in this term, the sequence is given as 1 by 2, comma 1, comma 3 by 2, right? This is the sequence given to us. In this sequence, you know the first term. What is the first term, beta? So we know, sir, first term A is 1 by 2. What is my common difference? D is A2 minus A1. So 1 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to half. So first term is half. Common difference is also half, right? Now what I need to find out? I need to find out the 30th term. That means A30. 30th term means what? A30. That I need to find out. So I clearly say, so 30th term by the general formula A plus n minus 1 into D. We know an is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So it will be equal to A plus 30 minus 1 into D. So that is A plus 29D. Now A is your half plus 29 into half. So it will become half plus 29 by 2. Take common denominator, 1 plus 29, which is 30 by 2, which is equal to 15. So the 30th term is equal to 15. Okay, so 15 is your 30th term. Okay, next question dekho. Is 40 term a term of the sequence? Is 402 a term of the sequence? That means they are asking me that 402, if I keep writing this AP, will 402 will come in this AP or not, right? So here the main concept is that the formula which we have, an is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. I have told you first term can be anything, common difference can be anything, but n always will be a natural number. N is always a natural number. Why it is a natural number? Because beta dekho, whenever an AP I will start, so whatever I am writing first, that will be a first term, then second term, then third term, then fourth term. There is no minus 2 term. Oh, what is coming at minus 2 place or minus 10th place or 0th term? Nothing like that, right? Or what is the term which is coming at half place, right? Either first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, like that. So n has to be a natural number. So what I will do, they have given me that suppose this term an is equal to 402. They have given me an is equal to 402, where your a is equal to 8 and common difference D is 13 minus 8, which is equal to what? 5. And you can see as the AP in increasing, the common difference is positive. So we need to see ki bhai, if 402 is a term of this AP, I will get the value of n. I get to know at which place it is coming, right? So upon the value of n, we will decide that whether the term is coming into this AP or not. So let us solve it for an is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. I have taken my nth term as 402 is equal to 8 plus n minus 1 into D is what? 5. Shift 8 over there. So you will be getting 394, right, is equal to n minus 1 into 5. Shift 5 in division. So 394 by 5 is equal to n minus 1. Shift 1 over there. So 394 by 5 plus 1 is equal to n. So I am getting n is equal to 399 by 5. And as you can see, it is not divisible. As you can clearly see, it is not divisible. It is 5 sevens are 5 9s are 79.8. Correct? So you can clearly see, since n is not a natural number, the value of n is not a natural number, that means this term 402 will not be coming in this AP. 402 will not be coming in this AP. Got it? If I got the value of n, as suppose if I would have got it as 80, so in that case I can say, sir, 402 is the 80th term. Got it? So since I'm getting the value of n is 79.8, so I can clearly say, sir, this is not the term of this AP, because n I will get a natural number if it is a term of this AP. If it is a term of this AP. Got it? So 402 is not a term of this sequence. Let's go for the next part. Next part is this. How many fractions are there in the series? Okay, sorry, how many terms are there in this series? That means they are asking, suppose if I say first term is 4, second term is 7, so I can say common difference is 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3. They are saying the last term, the nth term is 148. So total how many terms I have written here? So that means I need to find out, if I need to find out how many terms I have, so I got to know A1 is 4, A2 is 7, A3 is 10, A4 is 13. So in this way, this will be at what place? So I need to find out n. Right. So solve it for an equal to 148. So an is what? A plus n minus 1 into d is 148. So a is 4 plus n minus 1 into d is what? 3 is equal to 148. Shift 4 over there. So n minus 1 into 3 is 148 minus 4 is 144. Divide 144 by 3. So n minus 1 is equal to 3 4s are 12. 3 8s are 24. So n is equal to 49. So this 148 is your 49th term. So total how many terms are there in this AP? There are total 49 terms. First term is 4, 49th term is 148. So total 49 terms are present in this AP. Total 49 terms are present in this AP. Okay, so we'll move ahead now. So before I move ahead, I would like to tell you all that whatever problem you are facing till now, may be related to the doubts, notes, assignments, test, competitive examination preparation, choice of schedule if you miss your class, in that case what to do, and choice of language, all are solved by Vedantu, because at Vedantu doubts will be solved in each and every class by a teacher, notes will be provided after each and every class, assignments after each and every class, test in a regular interval of time, that too based on your exam. Okay, competitive examinations like NTSC, KVPY, Olympiad, anything you want, you can always go for competitive examinations. Okay, no need to go out anywhere else. Vedantu will provide everything for you. Schedule, that is, suppose if you miss your class because of some reason, so you will always have an option to watch the recording. Same thing will not be available wherever, anywhere in your school also, if you think, or anywhere coaching for you are going, or tuitions. If you miss your class, you miss that part, right? Teacher is not going to revise that thing alone for you. But here at Vedantu, you can always watch the recording, because you might have some personal work, right? So recording option also you have, and choice of language, that is Hindi or English. Other than that, you are getting unlimited live classes. Okay, all micro and crash courses are free of cost to you. Micro course means chapter specific course. Suppose we are studying this AP. Now you wanted to study this AP chapter earlier. So in that case, what you can do, you can take the chapter course of the chapter AP and learn the chapter earlier. So you have the power to design your own curriculum. Whatever chapter you want to study first, you can study that. Whatever chapter you want to study, whatever number of times, you can do that. You can study AP 3 times, 4 times, no problem in that. Take the micro course of it. And crash courses, that is the revision course, also performance reports and personalized attention. So for that, you need to go to this link vdnt.in/ytpro. This is also available in the description as well as the comment section. Once you go to this link, you need to go there, click on enroll now, and wherever you have an option to write the code, to apply this code GPE Pro. Now you will ask, sir, what will happen if I apply this code? So upon applying this code, you will get 15% off. Okay, 15% off on whatever price it is showing. So GPE Pro. So GP stands for my name, Gopal Paliwal, E for this English channel, and Pro. So GPE Pro is your code, right? Now let's go for the next question. If the third term of an AP is 5 and the seventh term of an AP is 9, find the 17th term. Now in this question, if you will see, till now whatever problems we are solving, we always had one term in which we always knew कि हाँ सर दिस क्वेश्चन हाउ डू वी नीड टू सॉल्व, है ना, इस क्वेश्चन को कैसे सॉल्व करना है. तो एवरी क्वेश्चन द फर्स्ट टर्म as well as the common difference was given to us. The first term as well as the common difference was given to us, but here they have neither given us first term nor they have given the common difference. and to solve any AP problem it is very important that we get the values of first term and common difference. So here they have told me, but instead they have told me that third term is 5 and the seventh term is 9. So how do I write third term? Suppose if my first term is A and common difference is D, so using the formula AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. So third term will be A plus 3 minus 1 is 2, A plus 2D is equal to 5, and seventh term will be A plus 7 minus 1 is 6D is equal to 9. This is your equation 1, this is your equation 2, right? And you can clearly see these are linear equation in two variables. So let's solve it. I have A plus 6D is equal to 9 and A plus 2D is equal to 5. What I am doing, I am solving it using the elimination method. So I will eliminate one of the variable. Let us eliminate A. So if I subtract these two equations, the signs will change, minus, minus, minus. This got cancelled. 6D minus 2D is equal to 4D is equal to 5. Sorry, 4D is equal to 4. 9 minus 5 is what? 4. So D is equal to 4 by 4, which is equal to 1. D is equal to 1. So one of the variable we have got the value as 1. Now let's put this value of D in any of the equation. You can put it in the first equation, second equation. Suppose if I choose the first equation, so A plus 2D is equal to 5. So A plus 2 into D is what? 1 is equal to 5. So A plus 2 is equal to 5. I can say A is equal to 3. Right? So I have got both my A as well as D. A is 3, D is 1. Now they are asking 17th term. So it's very easy. Use the general formula. So A plus 17 minus 1 is 16D. So it will be 3 plus 16 into 1. 16 ones are 16 only. So 3 plus 16, which is equal to 19. Right? So the 17th term of this AP is 19. 17th term of this AP is 19. Okay. Next question देखो बेटा. In an AP, 10 times of its 10th term is equal to 30 times of its 30th term. Find its 40th term. है ना? What they are saying, understand the problem here again. A and D is not given. Instead, they have told me that 10 times of its 10th term, 10 times of the 10th term. So I can say that means that they are saying 10 times of the 10th term is equal to 30 times of its 30th term. That is what the question is saying. And then they are asking me ki beta find out what is the 40th term. Correct. So I will simplify this part. So 10 times of 10th term. How do I write 10th term? Using the formula AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. So 10th term will be A plus 10 minus 1 into D. So A plus 10 minus 1 is 9. So A plus 9D is equal to 30 times of 30th term will be A plus 30 minus 1 is 29D. Multiply this part, or if you want, you can cancel this 10 with 30. So 10, if I shift this 10 in division, it will be left with 3. So A plus 9D is equal to 3 into A is 3A plus 3 into 29. So 3 into 29 will be equal to 87D. Correct? So shift A over here or D over there. So I will get ki sir 3A minus A is equal to 3A shifted there, and it will be equal to 9D minus 87D. Transposition I have done. So I am getting 2A is equal to 9D minus 87D will be equal to minus of 78D. So D is equal to A is equal to minus 78D by 2. That is minus 39D. So I have got the first term is equal to minus 39D. Other than that, there is no option, there is no other equation given to us in this question so that we can find the value. Okay, so this is the only value which we can get from this equation. A is equal to minus 39 times of D. Nothing else, no other information is given, so I will go with this information. Now the question is asking me to get the 40th term. So 40th term will be equal to A plus 40 minus 1 is 39D. And I know A is equal to minus 39D. So 40th term, in place of A, write minus 39D plus 39D. And minus 39D plus 39D is equal to 0. So 40th term is equal to 0. The 40th term of this AP is equal to 0. Got it? So first 10 times of the 10th term is equal to 30 times of the 30th term. We solved it, we got a is equal to minus 39d, and when I wanted to find out the 40th term, a is minus 39d plus n minus 1. So 40 minus 1 into d is 39d. So minus 39d plus 39d is 0. So 40th term of this AP will be equal to 0. So this was a very good question, very important question. है ना? Just solve, practice these kind of questions more. Okay. Now this question I am giving you as your homework. This question I am giving you as your homework, that how many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 87. Okay, this is your homework question, that how many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 87. So let me know what will be your answer for this question. Okay, I want to know the answer of this question in the comment section. Okay, 3-digit numbers are divisible by 87. Now let's look at the next question. The next question is, find the value of p if x, 2x plus p and 3x plus 6 are in AP. So what they have told ki bhaiya ji, this x, 2x plus p and 3x plus 6 are in AP. So let us say x is equal to a1, 2x plus p is a2 and this is a3. Correct? First term, second term, third term, and since they are in AP, I know the difference between the consecutive terms will be equal. So I can say, sir, a2 minus a1 is equal to a3 minus a2, because both are representing the common difference. Common difference must be same. So whatever is the difference of a2 minus a1, same should be the difference of a3 minus a2. So a2 is 2x plus p minus a1 is x is equal to a3 is 3x plus 6 minus of a2 is 2x plus p. Okay, so you are getting 2x plus p minus x is equal to 3x plus 6, minus into 2x is minus 2x, minus into plus is minus p. Correct? 2x minus x is x plus p is equal to 3x minus 2x is x plus 6 minus p. X to x got cancelled, shift minus p over there, it will become plus p. So plus p, p plus p is 2p is equal to 6. So p is equal to 3. Got it? So this question also very important. Last two questions very important. When the terms are given that they are in AP, always make sure that you know that the difference between the two consecutive terms will always be constant. So we have used that. A2 minus A1 is equal to A3 minus A2. Got it? This is how this question will be solved. So P is equal to 3. Now, as I was telling you earlier, that if you will go to this link and apply the coupon code, so how will you be able to choose the correct package for you, choose the correct subscription for you? So first, go to the link vdnt.in/ytpro, select your grade 10, select ICSE 2021. After that, click here on get subscription. Okay, then you will be shown to this page. Now here you will have an option to choose from 1 month, 3 month or 6 months. Okay, suppose if you are choosing 1 month, let us say you are choosing 1 month subscription. Okay, so at the starting it will show you the price of 2699, but here at this enter coupon code, if you apply the coupon code GPE Pro, if you apply this coupon code, you will get 15% off and the price for 1 month will reduce to 2294.15. Right? Similarly, for 3 months also same code you need to apply. Okay, GPE Pro, same code, and you will get this as your price for 3 months. And again for 6 months also the same code GPE Pro, and the price for 6 months will be this. Okay, now the best thing here, the best package for you will be for the 6 months. Okay, the more number of months you will take. Why 6 months is the best package? Two things. One is you will be with us for a longer period of time, so your studies are going to be in depth. You will be able to understand each and every topic clearly with the detail. Second thing, the price per month also reduces. If you will divide this 9774 by 6 months, so your price per month will be 1600 something, right? But the same price if you choose only for 1 month is 2300. So this much benefit you are getting by choosing 6 months course. Got it? So best course will be 6 months, then 3 months, and then 1 month. Whatever you choose, you can opt for that, right? So this is the link vdnt.in/ytpro and the coupon code is GPE Pro. Got it, beta? So this is all from my side in today's class. Thank you so much for attending the session. I hope all of you enjoyed this part, and I'll be back with some other session. Don't worry about it. Okay, so the only thing left for you is keep studying, keep working hard. Got it? Thank you so much, beta. So I'll see you soon. Till then, bye bye, sayonara, khuda hafiz to all of you. Bye bye.